Hello again, it's Friday already, okay? Good to see you again, hope you're all staying safe. On Wednesday, we discussed the relationship between the club shaft and ball to target line, and how that relationship was maintained pretty much throughout the golf swing. The only time that it wasn't maintained would be when the club shaft was parallel to the ground and the relationship was broken, but only for a very short period of time. As soon as the club moved beyond that, we were back pointing at the ball target line. So again, point at the ball target line, losing the relationship, and then putting it back in again. I think a number of you would probably start working on that, and it might get you into some better positions, but it might also lead to you manipulating the club to do that, particularly when you're using your hands and arms. Today we're actually going to show a bit more about how the body operates and how that will remove the need for you to manipulate hands and arms to get into these positions. In my notes for today I've mentioned about golf being just geometry and physics. The geometry element is a circle, everything moves in a circle or in an arc, so different parts of the body and the club, etc. So if we look at how your hips operate, they operate in an arc. They're turning around a centre. The shoulders are turning around a centre. Then your hands operate in an arc. The club head operates in an arc. So the golf swing is all about using those rotational movements to generate forces. So angular momentum to create rotational forces, which are then applied by the club head to the golf ball. And that's why it's so important that the club face is square, or pretty much square to its path as it approaches the ball, and that removes any need for some independent manipulation to square everything up. So it's the rotational forces that generate the power, which is transferred to the ball, which then projects the ball over, in some cases, quite long distances. And that really comes from using the body, and that was why we gave you that drill on Wednesday, to just body only, to start working on that. If we move the hands and arms independently, we're not going to generate power. We can move them, but it's difficult to sort of generate power just using hands and arms. We need to engage the bigger muscles to do that. And if you think of other sports, boxing would be an example. Yeah, you can throw a punch without engaging the body, but to get power, you then have to get the bigger muscles involved. We use tennis as an example as well. Again, you can swing the tennis racket, but it's again, you're not going to generate a lot of power until you get the body involved in the process. We also talked about javelin. You can then add the hammer throw, discus, shot put. All of these are rotational movements of the body to create power, and that's what we're doing in golf. We're rotating the body, dragging the hands, arms and club in a way that generates power and applies force. We need to use the ground. Although I'm talking about it's the body that's doing it, we need to use the ground. If we don't use the ground, we're not going to generate that. So being aware of your connection to the ground is also important. And I can demonstrate that quite easily with my chair here. If I try and twist this chair with no leverage on the ground, it's actually quite difficult, but as soon as I give myself a connection to the ground, it's easy. So I'm using the ground just to rotate. So that's an example of us using the ground. Also talked about forces on the ball. Everything that we do is about compressing the golf ball in it, but in this example it's a tennis ball with a tennis racket. But that's going to apply far more force to the ball than one where the rackets move in. So line of compression is probably not a term that you've heard of in golf, but it's about really when the club face and the path that the club face is taken as it approaches the ball are all aligned, and it applies maximum force to the ball. Those swings from out to in or in to out that are glancing blows on the ball are far poorer when it comes to transferring the energy from the golf club to the ball and to hit it over a distance. So we're really looking for everything to be aligned so that we're maximising that line of compression on the ball. Okay, important. Okay, so let's go back to that drill we did on Wednesday. Body only, and we turned, and that was it. It's maybe not the fullest of swings, but it's pretty full. Okay, hips have turned slightly, shoulders turned, and then the movement would be just a sort of mini squat or a movement of the right shoulder downwards, moves the hips a little bit towards the target, and then it's a rotation. And you do this exercise over and over again until you can really feel the movements. So turn, set, and just notice the change in pressure on the ground as you move your weight, and that's sufficient for the weight transfer. We don't need to move away here and away here to transfer our weight. Purely that rotation, you'll notice more pressure going on the right foot for a right-handed golfer, back onto the left and then turn, and it's all the weight's there. Okay. The next thing would be to then add the arms to that process. In our golf posture, just drop our arms. We're just going to move the body in the same way and notice what happens. No independent movement of our arms, we're just turning the body and the arms get dragged along. And then through to a finish. Turn, through to a finish. Turn, through to a finish. Turn, through. So there's nothing independent happening with my arms, just that like turning and through. As the swing gets longer, there'll be a bit more leverage and the arms would react to a bit more work being done by the body. Now we add a golf club. So it's the same movement, no independent movement of hands, arms or golf club, just turn. It's the movement, and through. Turn, through. Turn, through. And as you're doing this, just using your body, notice the feelings. Now that you've got a club in your hand, you will be far more aware of the club getting dragged along and the delay and the lag that there is behind that movement. Turn, turn, turn. Just notice the weight of the club in your hands as you're making those movements. As you're making those movements, notice where the club is going, what's the club pointing, and what sort of position are you getting into. And I'm pretty sure that you'll be getting into that pretty good impact position that we were talking about the other day. Okay. As you take the exercise further, you can add a tee. Add a tee to the process. So because there's no ball involved at the moment, you can really pay attention to how you're moving, what's happening, use your heightened awareness from your various drills that we did last week, and start swinging and hitting a tee. And as you're doing that, notice where the club face is pointing and what positions you are getting into. What direction is the club approaching the tee from? And just keep doing that. And as you build your movements, build the swing without the interference of a golf ball, just enjoy and explore the process. Okay. Interesting to note what you become aware of through impact. How easy is it to get into that impact position with the shaft leaning towards the target? Handle leading the club head and putting pressure onto the ball just in that line of compression, or that force on the ball that we talked about with the tennis racket and the tennis ball. Okay, so have a bit of fun with it, explore these drills. So body only, then add the arms, then add the golf club, then add a tee peg if you want. It's the notes that go along with this will explain what's going on as well. Okay, so read them alongside the video and have a bit of fun with it. Do a bit of exploration and see what you notice and see what you become aware of. Perfect time to be doing stuff when you're not on the golf course and you're not really able to see what the ball's doing.